Come through, queen. I wanna see ya. Come through, queen.
Hi, everyone. It's Dan.
And Brendan.
And this is Come Through, Queen. Happy New Year, Brendan.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, listener.
Happy New Year, listener.
A lot of shows and like entertainment, media has like rankings, and they usually post it like after Thanksgiving, early December.
Yeah, Spotify Wrapped. For
Spotify
example.
Wrapped is like
It's like in October
1st.
at this point, yeah.
No. Come Through, Queen. We rank our 15 shows that we cover in our Patreon bonus episode this week. We wanted to give the full year its opportunity to present itself with what it's working with.
Yeah.
So we have that. You might want to check that out.
And January 2nd counts as 2023.
It does. It counts. Sorry.
Salt Lake City.
I don't make the rules.
I don't make the rules. God does. Hello.
Okay. But why don't we get into some news before we get into like a more manageable week this week?
Sure, yes. Which is probably good because I'm feeling under the weather.
Oh, good. Bringing it to my home.
I'm sorry. I warned you. So this
As you walked in the door.
This is from People Magazine. Lindsay Hubbard buys first house after split from fiance Carl Radke. Quote, 2023 wasn't all that bad for me. The Summer House star, 37, shared on Instagram Wednesday that she has just purchased a home in Nashville. Quote, I bought a house, y'all. She spelled y'all wrong. Or put the parentheses in the wrong place.
Where did she put it?
She put it between the A and an L. It famously goes between the Y and the A because it is you all.
Okay, right. Imagine like she put it like between the two L's. It's just like, yo.
Isn't she like originally from like Michigan?
Florida?
Okay.
I want to say.
Okay. Anyways, she captioned a series of photos and videos showing her signing the paperwork for closing on the property that week. I did it, Hubbard said with a big smile on her face while pretending to scatter the papers in one clip. Hashtag Hubhouse Nash is coming soon.
Okay. There's actually a few things to talk about here. First of all, like Hub House as like a bachelorette destination is like a genius move.
It has Batch Boss Avery Singer's hands all over it, feels.
It sure does. But doesn't feel like Avery's actually involved.
It feels like there is going to be a point in the future where Hub House will be exclusive to Batch Boss. Because Avery did plan Hub's Bachelorette.
I get that, but this leads me to like the other point, which is it's just like funny, like that she didn't like. Maybe she doesn't really care, but like I would think as a PR girly, like anticipate, like there is like kind of like a 50-50 backlash in the comments. It's like, all right, go off landlord queen.
Right.
Like, oh, Airbnb, like ruining like various like metropolitan areas because they're just like all Airbnbs. I think that's like namely New Orleans and like Nashville are like two of the biggest culprits.
And they're becoming just bachelorette party destinations.
Yeah.
I think Austin is like a third.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So like that's going off in the comments below. But like the reason I don't think it's like Batch Boss is because like she owns this property.
No, I don't think it's going to be a Batch Boss like actual thing, but I do think that there will be a point in the future where she has a relationship with Batch Boss.
Okay.
Where the bachelorettes who work with Batch Boss will be like offered Hub House as one of their destinations when they go to Nashville.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, if she just throws it on Airbnb, like people could just get there directly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, like, think about it a little harder.
All right, I'll think harder. Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting, especially because, like, I don't even, like, she doesn't really have any connection to Nashville, right?
Who knows? She might actually be from there. We have no idea.
We're just dummies. Okay.
No, but I mean, like, I feel like every straight white woman these days has a connection to Nashville.
It's in their blood.
Yeah.
Okay, is that it for the news?
There's not any news.
We're just off of New Year's, baby.
I mean, I'm sure there's news. We didn't touch on Aaron Leachy, but I don't want to go into that. That's another landlord situation.
Okay. Let's then get into our shows. And like, as fate would have it, we always cover them chronologically. And Potomac was off because it would have aired on New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. So instead we start with Salt Lake City, which there is no better place to start this conversation.
Our children will be asking us where we were when this episode aired.
Oh my God. I was like barely on the couch. My butt was off of the couch for a lot of it.
I actually need cameras up because a lot of the times when you describe how you and Alex watch TV, you're like, we were doing cartwheels, we were jumping up and down. We were like,
well, it's not so much him jumping up and down because he's in like the horizontal position.
Okay.
So like it would take much more. He's maybe like almost doing like a crunch, but like I'm getting up off the couch.
And like what, running around in circles?
Sometimes these girls got me running around in circles.
I know, but then you miss stuff. My eyes are glued.
I know. Not looking at your phone.
No, not for this.
Okay. So this is the season 4 finale. We are still on a trip. We are actually like not even picking up. I don't think this was like a to be continued.
No.
It was just like, it ended with Heather Gay barging out of the bar, like pushing Angie K over.
Yeah. And like it ended with the Whitney thing. And like apparently Whitney then went down to the beach to have a moment. Like Heather Gay was coming undressed.
Becoming undressed.
Like Sonia style. Her like dress was coming up and she was like trying to fix it.
Okay. So the next day, Monica's waking. Oh, no. Okay. We start the episode.
Whitney and Monica.
Well, no. We start the episode with a woman on the beach by herself. And then it's like dramatic music. And we rewind 8 hours.
You love when they rewind.
I do love when they rewind.
You tweeted that during this.
And they love to rewind a lot in Salt Lake City in particular. Mm-hmm. We're always like, a plane's always going backwards.
Physics, baby.
And we're waking up in Vegas, Monica and Whitney. Like, to go from like waking up in bed together to where we land with an early eviction, all in 12 hours.
I know. Also, just like Monica and Whitney being in bed, and Whitney's hair looked darker, so I was like, she could be with anyone. I was like, is this Angie K?
Whitney waking up in full makeup.
Full beat. She learned it from Trixie.
She did not wash the fascia before going to bed.
I think on like, for some women on like vacation, maybe that's what happens.
We don't wash.
Well, just because of circumstance.
Okay. We have Whitney going into Heather's room for a conversation. Mm-hmm. Continuing the conversation from last night about this like exploitation of Whitney's sexuality.
And just like them relitigating this, it's like these two women pretend to be best friends, cousins, but they hate each other so much. Even when they like hug it out, they're both still fighting. I know, smiling about it.
But like, so that for me is like a pro in each of their columns of like, that's interesting to watch.
Sure, yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are anti-Whitney in this economy, but I'm pro-Whitney in this economy.
I know, you've really got like these ride or dies.
But I'm pro everyone in this cast, really. But like, I gotta give it to Heather in this little showdown because like she ate.
She ate.
Like when Whitney's trying to like make a point and she's like, I read it to you,
right?
And she's like, no, but I didn't read it. And then Heather's like, no, but like I read you what is in the book. And then she's like, but I didn't see the revisions. And I was like, I took the one word out. That was the revision.
Where Heather didn't actually eat, though, was like the actual contents of the passage in the book. Like this, like dumb Titanic thing. It's like fourth grade writing.
But the one thing she will not do is use the word butthole. She's like, how dare you suggest I would use butthole in my book? Okay, so that's that. We're just kind of getting up, getting ready, going into town. We're going to ride mopeds.
Mm-hmm. We saw a goat.
We saw goats along the side of the road.
I had a dream about goats recently.
Post or pre-finale?
I think it was pre, actually.
So it was like a vision.
Yeah. Vision of love.
The ghost was like coming to warn you. Okay, so then we're like breaking off into groups.
Well, Heather's like, I really want to check out this perfumery. Who wants to come with me? And like Lisa's like, I want to just go shopping.
So this is where we have to like start putting on detective hats.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the perfumery with Angie K, Heather, and Monica. And we're shopping. We're loving the scents. Some of them were shipwrecked somehow.
Oh, yeah, from a ship.
I don't really understand, but go off. And we've all left our credit cards at home, all being Heather and Angie. So, like, Monica, can you pick this one up?
Can't we just do Apple Pay?
Well, can we do Apple Pay? Who knows if they have Apple Pay set up? Angie might have a picture of a credit card in her phone.
But like, I looked at that credit card machine. You can do Apple Pay on like any of those machines these days. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Interesting. A lot of Eagle Eyes pointed out that Monica was using a Chime credit card.
What is that?
So apparently, like, that's a credit card that you can get, like, if you have like bad credit or like you're in like. If you're like having like financial issues,
okay,
like you might be breaking out the Chime.
Okay.
And then the girls are saying like, was this a Heather test?
Sure. There was also the thing where there were two different cards used. There was a white one and a green one.
Oh, okay.
And like one was after she like made the call to like, or like did something on her phone to like say I'm international.
Which maybe this varies from bank to bank, but like my two banks used to like suggest that, and now they both say don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's like not a thing anymore, right?
I think it's not a thing anymore. So that was all interesting to me. And then the other girls are just like shopping, they're having fun, whatever. Okay, we get back to the house, and this is when the infamous trailer call comes in. And this is like one piece of evidence that we've had with us for so long. But I don't know if you've gone back and watched the original trailer or not.
I started to after you tweeted that, but then I got bored.
It's actually like there's so many pieces of the puzzle in there.
Okay, like what?
I mean, like Heather's speech at the end. A lot of it's in the trailer, and it's like like none of us thought about who she was talking to.
Yeah.
We didn't really land on that. Okay, and then I think that's a great moment for me to say, like, this was like partially spoiled if you're super online, right? Like, I saw the words reality Von Teese and Monica and like Instagram troll account like in the past like 2 weeks online.
I didn't see that. I did see like the people like doing diagrams of where everyone was looking and all that kind of stuff.
So you didn't have it as spoiled as I did.
No, in the past 2 weeks, I was like probably less online than you were.
Okay.
When I'm in like Christmas mode, I'm like with the girls. The girls being my family.
I mean, a lot of women.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but even having said that like I already kind of like knew what was going to go down. The way it was packaged was amazing television. And then there were even just like so much in there that I did not know.
Yeah, just like so much has been said already about Heather summoning the women to the beach, but it truly was.
Okay. Well, let's put a pin on the summoning because actually, did you watch it only once or did you watch it twice?
I watched it twice.
Okay. Like watching it once, then in my memory of it, it felt like, okay, we got the call and then we're getting ready for dinner and she summons, but that's not what happens. She gets the call and then we're at dinner and she has the dolls and we're doing like all this shenanigans of like airing your grievances and talk about your doll and blah, 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 blah. And then Heather, giving the performance of a lifetime, then starts delivering the line, delivering the speech, right? Yeah. And then right when she's like who's the real Monica? Well, Monica is actually, and then
it goes back.
Then it stops, and then it goes back to the summoning, and that is actually like why that was so effective.
Yeah, because when we were already at dinner, I was like thinking about, but Heather was wearing that yellow dress on the beach when it was light outside. When are we going to get that?
Yeah.
I was like, is there going to be a moment where she like slept in those clothes and then like woke back up?
The summoning of the coven.
Mm-hmm.
The women, she's by herself. And then even them, like the choreography of them walking out one by one, like not two of them holding hands or anything.
Right.
And like the first being Cousin, and then Lisa, and then wait till Meredith gets here, and she's like just a few feet away. And then this is what I was talking about that you were making fun of me in the bonus episode, I think,
okay,
of the parallels to the Orange County reunion.
Oh, sure.
I loved how everyone was in a different, like bold primary color dress, and then Meredith's in like the
Heather
Dubrow moment.
Sure.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind? Like, why are you so obsessed with like the color blocking on the OC reunion? It really is like very sick.
Okay. More about the beach. There's a lot to talk about the beach. Angie K is not invited.
Of course. She's not a part of the core four.
She's not part of the core four.
This is Heather saying, we are the OGs of this show and we're going to deliver the message.
It's very Giselle, Robin, Ashley, Karen.
Yeah.
It's very that.
Except none of them are funny.
None of them are funny. These
Salt Lake City. Yeah.
I was like, wait, how dare you disparage Potomac? Okay, but except I'm almost surprised like we've not had like a moment like this on Potomac.
That's a good point. I mean, they kind of do try sometimes.
They do try, but it's never been like as beautiful as this.
Yeah.
Okay. And just like them like crying on the beach as to how Reality Von Teese has like destroyed their lives.
It's like
now I think there's a lot to learn in the reunion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they're going to get the opportunity to say, like, what Reality Von Teese has done to them. But, like, the big headline is really the takedown of Jen Shah.
Yeah, I think Reality Von Teese maybe has not done that much to all of them.
Yeah. Now, also, okay, there's so many, like, layers. So I want to, like, talk about, like, big picture and then also what's the content.
I'm here for whatever ride you want to bring me on.
No. But there's just, like, stuff on the show I want to talk about, and then there's just stuff, like, thinking about this. So Reality Von Teese, if you think about it, is actually just kind of, like, the solar system that, like, orbits this show, you know?
It's not like a Queens of Bravo that covers everything and, like, that kind of thing.
Well, no, it's run by Monica, who was like assistant to Jen.
A local.
Tanisha.
It's run by locals.
Yeah, Tanisha, who's the hairdresser. These bleeped out names are probably like a Wild Rose employee, like this, like all the people like fluttering around. And I wonder if like we get into this in the reunion at all. But like Angie K is kind of like just a hair closer to the main cast on the show than like all these other people.
That was my big kind of like question mark coming out of the dinner scene. Yeah. It's like we do get all the screenshots of Angie K really engaging with this account.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and she got really mad randomly during that dinner that I think maybe there's a little more there.
I mean, but Angie H catching strays.
I know.
Of Angie K being like, she's so thirsty. It's like, honey, you are too. Like,
I know, but like, to be fair, let's not forget Angie H's husband ran an account like that.
I know. It's like, if you live in Salt Lake, you run an account.
Yeah.
That's what you do. So, okay. So there's that of like, Angie K is one of the fans. And like, Angie K roll footage is like in the fan video of Jen Shah WAP with Monica.
Yeah.
So like, Angie K was Monica, like with like a starring role in like the squad.
Yeah. But she was never Jen Shah's employee.
Yeah. Okay. And Angie K was brought on as Jen's friend, like throwing a party for Jen.
Exactly.
Okay. And then I'm like zooming out of the solar system even more. We're kind of like, oh, like Monica, like you're like a troll, you're a fan, you're a this, you're a that. And it's like, actually, Heather Gay is the biggest fan. She's a Bravo-holic.
She's a Bravo-holic. She was posting fucking grid photos. I want to get the exact date of when she posted a grid photo. She posted on October 24th, 2014, a photo of Andy Cohen at the Met Gala with the caption, "I love Andy Cohen."
Heather Gay was running her own fan account.
Liked by Joe Gunn.
Oh my God, Joe Gunn rolled footage? So if I'm Monica, I'm like, who are you? Like, you're a fan too. We're all fans.
I mean, like, everyone's a fan. I mean, remember Lisa Barlow was in the background of that picture of Bethany back in the day?
Lisa Barlow's like on the horn in Shaws of Sunset.
Yeah, wasn't she also in like Beverly Hills?
Yeah. She's in like a background scene in Beverly Hills. Like, she too was a fan and wanted to get on a show, the show, make a wish.
Make a wish.
Like as if
take
like
a chance, make
as
a
if
change.
These core four are like the celebrities, the highest stratosphere of Salt Lake City.
They're acting like they're like fucking Vicky Gunvalson, Nene Leakes.
The Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, like, even though Nene Leakes was trying to make a show too. She was trying to be an actress.
Yeah. Okay. And now we can like dip a toe. There's like so much that has come out. Like Monica leaked tapes and stuff. And like the mom yelling at her like, "You're an actress."
After Easter, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Like her going by Jen Shah's, recording videos of herself going by Jen Shah's house. There's like so much.
All that to say, like, I don't think she should be taken off the show.
Me neither. But people are like hand wringing, being like, "Oh my God," as if she murdered. She ran a fan account. I'm sorry.
I know. That's what's like so wild to me. Like, we allowed Genevieve Shah indicted on the show a whole nother season. And like we're calling for Monica's eviction, expulsion, termination.
It's like, what do you want? She ran a fan account. That's it.
But also, okay, so and gave us the best season of television
ever.
I don't know. I mean, like, she helped produce what was a great season of Salt Lake City.
Yeah, of course. I want to ask you. A lot of people were saying after this episode, this was the best episode of Real Housewives ever across the board.
Yeah.
Hyperbole, right?
I don't know. Because famously, a lot of times...
Question from the audience. Is it better than Atlantic City season 7 of RHONY?
I know. That was my best episode, which isn't even like the community's best episode. That's just...
The community doesn't know.
The community doesn't know about how good Atlantic City is as standalone episode.
And as a place, better than Vegas, in my opinion.
So many like big moments are like to be continued, which we have to like really applaud the restraint and not trying to turn this into 2 episodes.
Sure.
And not even supersized.
I know, which on Twitter you were complaining about too.
I was complaining
At
about
first.
it. I was complaining about it first. But well, that was like before the episode was over. Because I was like, oh, I like if this is gonna be iconic, I want supersize.
I will say, I've never seen you tweet more.
Shut up. I've tweeted more.
You were tweeting a lot about Salt Lake City.
Well, after it was over, I just was sitting there thinking about it for 2 hours.
God.
Okay. Just back to like the actual dinner after the post beach at dinner. You kind of, I'm sounding like a little super fanny of Monica.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to give her credit. This is her first season, and she's just kind of like sitting there taking it from all of them, and like and responding as well. But like so many of the girls' instincts are like running away, and she didn't run. She didn't run until she was dismissed.
She was dismissed in a Survivor / Top Chef way. Pack your knives and go, basically.
And like the way the wind was blowing, the way that we were covering ourselves with shawls, the way that we were cradling each other was beautiful.
That's beautiful, yeah.
What do you have to say? I feel like I've spoken a lot.
I'm just along for the ride.
No, please.
No, wait, I think it was good.
Oh my God, you're being a bitch.
No, I was talking during the entire thing
so
too.
Crazy.
I was talking. Like, I don't have any points aside from what I already chimed in with.
Okay, so with the question that you asked me, like, was this the greatest episode? Is this a greatest episode?
It's a greatest episode. It's hard to say if it was the greatest episode. That is recency bias, I think, in a lot of people's brains.
Of course.
You just have to like really think it through. Like think about like the fucking pajama party in Atlanta. Like there's like things you have to think about before naming this the greatest episode.
But there's just so many elements to this of like, okay, another thing we haven't talked about. Bravo to cast, crew, production, for
editors,
no, but for not leaking this.
Yeah,
like they sat on this. We were able to dance around it at BravoCon. We kept our mouths shut, like professionals.
Yeah,
not like fucking Beverly Hills leaking shit left and right. Like it was a proper reveal.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Security footage of Monica in Meredith Marks' little booth. And then
not her little booth. You mean her store?
paired with the clip of like Monica being like, I've never been here before.
And that's why I think Meredith like will be. I think Meredith has actually learned a lot of lessons, and I think she'll be one of the bridges with Monica because like that like. Saying you've never been there before and it's like you have, it's like it's not that big of a deal. So I think she'll be one of the bridges, and she's indicated that like she would film with Monica. Yeah. And Meredith, speaking of Meredith, she's had a barn burner of a season.
Yeah, no, she's good. She's good.
Wherein like she used to be the disengaging queen, but now like even if she is disengaging a little bit, she's giving us iconic moments.
She's giving iconic moments. Yeah. The black eye reveal.
Yeah. I was gagged.
I mean, we all knew it to be true, but like it happening in this episode and the way it happened.
After so many reveals, you don't expect there to be the reveal we've been waiting for through last season of Salt Lake and then through RHUGT season 3.
Yeah. But so it's just like there's just like this like strange argument that like I'm giving kudos to everybody, right? But like this whole thing of like we had to like deal with Jen Shah and live in fear around her and blah blah blah. And it's like, and we did, but we're not going to do it with you. And it's like, okay, like calm down.
It's Wild. So I think we were asked, like, where do we go from here?
The reunion.
No, I know, but like after the reunion, and like it's hard to say until we see the reunion.
Yeah.
So do you want to do a prediction now and then wait till after the
do
reunion?
a prediction. Yeah. What's your prediction? I don't really know if I have one.
I think Monica will be back.
Yeah.
And it can go one of two ways.
Okay.
I think it's either a couple of the women, including Mary.
Oh yeah. Well, that's that. I don't know if you're not online, you may not know this, but Mary at Kathy Hilton's Christmas party was saying like, pray for Monica. Monica needs your prayers. And then also like, I love Monica. Monica was helping me. I would film with Monica next season.
You saying if you're not online, like they have to be online to listen to this.
But like, I think some people who listen to us are not online like we are.
Okay, sure. So my prediction is Mary swoops in to film with Monica, first episode 2. And then Mary's famously close with Meredith. So that's the bridge.
That's a bridge. And then also, more to mention, right after the episode aired, Monica went on IG Live with Dana,
yeah.
who was friend of last season and was not asked back. And they seem to be the best of buds right now. So, like, that's another bridge. Mm-hmm. And, like, she was compelling. Remember? Like, she kind of, like, went out with a bang.
Yeah. And then the other option is Monica just films the entire season by herself, Danielle Staub style.
Staubian.
And she is Staubian in a lot of ways, doing drive-bys at people's houses.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think we got to wait for the reunion to really get a vibe. I'm excited for the reunion.
Oh my God.
3 parts. I think this is their first time at 3 parts.
Maybe. I'm scared with how you'll act during the reunions.
If it's too beautiful, like OC?
No, just like you in Salt Lake City right now is a lot.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. I thought you were going to be with me. I'm like,
I was trying to be with you, but you like really took it there.
Yeah, but it's like LD said to Monica, like, we got to put on the show. Like, you're an actress. We got to bring it to the Come Through Queen listeners.
Okay.
Come Through Queen was never one person.
Fucking referencing your own post.
Unafraid to reference or not reference. Oh my! But like, even okay, we'll put a pin in it with this. Even like Monica's like post-mortem confessional work was great.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What was it like? Gossip Girl, even Gossip Girl
couldn't be Gossip Girl forever.
Exactly.
Time of my life.
Yeah.
We'll look back on this day. Okay, where do we go from here?
We go to Beverly Hills.
It's actually okay. So last week. Only like in between Christmas and Miami. No, in between Christmas and New Year's, only Miami aired. Mm-hmm. Like it almost feels like Salt Lake should have been given the time to stand on its own. Like I couldn't worry about these other shows after Salt Lake.
Yeah, but you need to we're doing a show, so come on. So we're fucking still at Crystal's Taco Tuesday.
Aye. Well, it was.
And doesn't it feel like some of these clips that we're watching, like we've been served these clips like weeks ago?
Well, this did air 2 weeks ago.
No, I mean like some of some things that happened in this episode we watched 2 weeks ago.
Well, I mean, they did the famous if it's a to be continued, sometimes the beginning of this episode has almost a full scene from last week's episode.
So annoying.
Yeah. It's just corny. Enough with the to be continued. It's unless it's an hour of footage that you need to show us all of it.
Also, I don't need a 6-minute clip released online before the episode. Just show us the episode.
Interestingly enough, it turns out Crystal was not, when I tell you something, you better fucking well listened, a la Dorinda from the trailer, where we got that moment in the RHONY trailer and never actually aired in the season. There is later a flashback when Crystal's talking to Rob about Taco Tuesday of was it Garcelle being you don't speak up or something? Mm-hmm. And then Crystal's this group always wants me to yell. And it's oh, that's what it was.
It could have been used better in the actual moment.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like about something.
Also, like the dolls still being in the kitchen while I was like, these are the dolls we want to watch.
I know. Was there like a doll eviction?
I think there was a doll eviction.
Like somewhere around like
Barbie said, rest of you Barbies, get into the kitchen.
like somewhere around like Erica being nasty, like the 14 went over into the kitchen.
Which sucks because that's who I want to see.
Yeah. Now, since we're like airing this twice, it really gave me the opportunity to like marinate this in for 2 weeks. But like Erica is nasty. Like,
Yeah.
I think even like unfortunately, like Denise isn't a great arguer, but like you're mentioning like the OnlyFans thing now, and you're mentioning, oh, this was like 4 years ago. Who cares? Like blah blah blah. It's like, well, 4 years ago, my daughter was very much a minor.
Yeah.
So like my argument stands of I would like you not to be talking like saying she's having threesomes or thinking about threesomes or whatever the fuck you're talking about.
It is interesting. Like the girls online were clapping for Erica.
If I was Denise, I would have been like an animal to Erica.
Denise, unfortunately, doesn't have it in her.
She doesn't have it in her. But like, I wish we discussed later, like, I wish one of you would have said something.
I know, yeah.
When Kyle's like, oh, like that was really should have done that.
Oh yeah, kids and families should be off limits.
Kids, family, husbands, relationships, and anything that I'm thinking about or doing in my life should be off limits. Yeah. And then like everyone's like getting up and leaving at different times.
I mean, Kim getting up
mid fight. Kim's like, I'm me out of here.
God, we got a lot of Kim this episode too.
Okay. Why don't we jump there? I'm like, I've had enough.
I know.
I don't care about the Richards family saga anymore. It's just the same song and dance. To me, like this is worse than Gorga Giudice. Because it's like, I don't see what the resolution here is. We all know Kathy's like a piece of shit.
Yeah, and to send Kim in to like kind of be the representative for the family during this time is just like, ugh.
The only thing that I think is good for Kim is it seems like someone's always having a baby or getting married.
Yeah, so she can attend events.
She always has something to like keep her occupied with.
And I will say, like, her in this kind of dose is kind of net positive for her. Like, as far as like, there is a contingent of like fans who love Kim Richards and love to see her. So if she's getting like nice Instagram comments from this,
sure,
that's nice.
Sure. Okay.
Do we want to do Dorit and Garcelle?
Well, let's say that for a minute. I did enjoy Crystal and Rob and her talking more about like the group and how it's like affecting her eating disorder.
Especially because we have barely gotten any Crystal this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll start getting some after we thought that she was cut out of Taco Tuesday. She actually wasn't cut out of Taco Tuesday. So much. Oh, we had the Sutton dating scene, which like at least the state went a little bit better.
And he was hot.
But like I started thinking like, did we film this later and start padding the season with the Sutton stuff to like to make it like a little like lighter, fancy free?
What makes you think that? Just because?
Because like these scenes are just like so having to not do with anything, and I don't know if we talking about like Sutton going on dates in like group scenes or anything.
I mean, we were in Vegas. She's in Dorit's there with the matchmaker.
Well, Dorit film, yeah. I don't. It's just like there's so much time of just Sutton like in her dating life.
Good.
Okay. And so much time in this like Garcelle and Dorit thing, which is not a great place for this show to be.
Dorit.
What a dummy.
What is she thinking? She's not.
But I mean, the fact it's just like, plus the fact that what we're getting in present day is the tripling down.
Mm-hmm. And then she's doing like a press tour in the UK on Loose Women with Boy George, and that's a whole nother thing.
Oh, I'm not seeing this.
She's finally promoting that Peter Pan thing she's going to be in.
Okay, and are they asking her about what's going on?
Yeah. She
And
was
what-
on, Loose Women?
Yeah. So what is she saying on Loose Women?
I mean, like, I don't have the transcript,
Okay.
but, like, she was definitely talking about it.
It was funny to me, like, Dorit is like, even on Instagram, like, tonight, new episode. I'd be like, I would not be promoting this.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, we're not back till next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, it was funny that, like, we sit down, Garcelle's like, I don't even want to order anything. And then they end up ordering,
They
like,
finally do, yeah.
yeah.
That's the kind of thing. It's like, with this kind of conversation, it's like, makes it so obvious we're just doing a show.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
Yeah. Like, they are not friends. They're not going to be friends. They should not be friends.
It's not great. Speaking of Garcelle, though, we get another scene where she's like FaceTiming, and then the girlfriend's there in bed.
In bed. Oh, yeah.
Wild. Beverly Hills wasn't giving this much this week,
No, not giving.
unfortunately.
Shall we go to Miami then?
Yes, which I do think was giving to a level. But I will say we're getting to a point where these women are only just yelling at each other and not listening to each other.
That was my point.
Yeah.
This is a to be continued part 2 of this Mother's Day event. And normally I'm a champion of, like, let's have 100 women on the cast. And there were actually too many people in this room.
Sure.
And too many people screaming at each other in this room.
It's the screaming that bugs me.
Yeah. And and unfortunately, like, we don't have the audio masters of Cartagena.
Right.
When the RHONY women were all fighting.
Yeah.
But those were like,
That was like quiet fights.
those were separate fights. Like, this is like like everyone's like shooting at each other from like every direction. They're not
Yeah.
separate fights.
We need like a T Kyle mix where he's just like an ASMR of this scene so I can understand what's going on.
But they don't understand what's going on.
I know.
And the problem is, like, there are a few too many dummies
Yeah.
in the room, you know?
The thing is, unfortunately, Anna was wasted. Not like she wasn't wasted, like she wasn't drunk, but like her presence was a wasted thing.
Oh, yeah. It was a waste.
Because she like left mid-fight. And it's like, I wanted to hear her because she's like, I don't want to call her an intellectual, but she's like a little smarter and like she's good with her words.
Yeah.
So it would have been interesting to hear what she actually had to say, even though like she was coming in maliciously, obviously.
Yeah.
Based on like that one guy's podcast.
Oh my God, the clips they kept showing. She was the point to expose Alexia's finances.
I think so.
Which is so funny because, like, Alexia didn't have as much of a problem with her being there because she didn't know what she was there to expose. Instead, it's Marisol being like, she wants me dead, and like she wants me dead for like hours straight was really getting tired for me because it's like, you're just being stupid. Like, she doesn't want you dead. Like, be real. Like, not be real. Be like smart.
Yeah, but okay, not gonna be a Marisol soldier here, but also like Anna came in like pretending she's never said anything mean about any of these women.
Oh yeah. No. When the way she went up to like Lisa, and she's like, I just want to say you are a strong woman. I am rooting for you. And
Fuck Lenny.
And Lisa, like dummy Lisa, was just like so thrown by that. She didn't know how to recover. She's like, oh wait, what? I thought you like were saying mean things about me, which she was saying mean things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just all, and then like, it was strange that Alexia and Marisol hate Adriana, but Dr. Nicole was getting so much more heat for this than Adriana was.
I know, and I think that's going to be the plot point into next week. Like, I think they ice out Dr. Nicole, but invite Adriana to Marisol's house.
Which is so weird.
Also, Adriana looked actually her best walking into Mother's Day.
It was like a mothering.
She was mother.
Yeah.
And she brought our stepmother, Anna.
Yeah. What a waste. Anthony running into freaking Frack, getting drinks.
Crazy.
But also the way that, I don't remember which one it was. It's like, oh yeah, we went and had like a whole bunch of drinks and we came back and it's like, oh, we just saw you drive in.
I know. They did say like, oh, Marisol was like, let's go to the yacht club so they can't follow us. I think production, because I guess it's like a private area, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So that's the Mother's Day party. Oh, Gertie's sister-in-law who looks exactly like Russell.
Yeah. But speaking of Gertie, I mean, this was heavy on Gertie, which was, I was surprised to see like us filming pre and post operation.
I know.
That was a lot.
Post was one of like the sweetest scenes I've ever seen. Like when she's walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
And like the son comes and hugs her immediately.
Yeah. We even had Dr. Nicole checking on Russell during the procedure. Mm-hmm. That was nice.
I've always said Russell, good man.
Yeah, he's a good man. He just doesn't, he obviously doesn't really want to be doing this.
Yeah. Good, attractive man.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like Marisol and Alexia were hanging out like post Mother's Day to like complain about this.
Mm-hmm. And then we get a scene with Dr. Nicole talking to Anthony about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's it.
That's it.
That's it, baby. And then speaking of that's it.
I cannot believe.
RHUGT, season 4. That's it.
I thought we had 2 more episodes left.
To me, I was going back and forth. I wasn't certain there was going to be a 7th, but like there had been 7 episodes for prior RHUGTs, so I don't know.
Here's the thing. It's like I get why there's only 6. There's only a certain amount of footage.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like we spent so much time last week on Kristen's toenail.
Yeah.
It went on for minutes.
Yeah.
And like something like that doesn't need that much time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get it.
I was getting a little, not bored because I was entertained, but I was like, I think that's enough.
This episode, it did feel like each woman's tropes were coming back up in full force.
Yeah. Ramona was like, okay, so all the women were wasted coming back from this lunch.
So they went to the water thing.
Yeah.
They were all drinking during that.
Okay.
I think Sonia was drinking the most during that. Then they went to the lunch, and apparently, like, they were drinking.
Yeah. I mean, we see, like, Kristen, maybe the drunkest she's been so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, drunk Ramona is, like, mean, annoying Ramona.
That poor guy, Martin.
And it's actually crazy, like, she's doing what she's doing on the heels of, like, a RHUGT season 2's man suing.
I know. And like the weird thing is like you can tell she thinks she's being nice at points.
Yeah.
Because she like goes from like yelling at him to like
hugging and caressing.
Yeah, caressing. And then she's like down in the
Video Village,
like introducing herself to people who she should probably already have introduced herself to.
Well, no, most of them, she's like, oh, no, I know you. We've been doing this for like 10 years now.
She said that to one guy, but the others, she was like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, Sonia was like, Sonia-ing too much this episode.
It was getting to Atlantic City levels where she's like, delusional in her own world. She like didn't want to do the water thing, which like to be honest, I wouldn't want to do the water thing either.
Oh yeah, you don't like to go in the water.
No, water's fine. It's not that, but like I don't think I could get myself in the mood to like
be tossed around like that.
Play into whatever thing where I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought to me it looked fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think you would have gotten horny like Kelly or like gotten spiritual like Lou and Kristen?
Like Lou and Kristen and Dorinda. Essentially going back into the uterus.
They like saw their mothers caressing them.
Yeah. Dorinda was the one crying the most.
Yeah. Which actually like pre-show plug, I talk about All of Us Strangers, and themes like that are there.
Oh, interesting. I'm not like I haven't seen it, but like I'm interested in what that connection is. Yeah, we've got. Well, here's the problem with like this. It's like almost the vibe of when you're on vacation, when like everyone's talking about like packing and leaving and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, this is ruined for me. Yeah, I hate when we talk about packing.
On the last day, let's enjoy the last day.
Yeah,
and go pack in private. Don't tell me about it.
Don't talk about it. Let's pretend like this is forever.
Yeah. And then like I'll like stay up late and pack before we have to leave and then be fine.
Yeah. But packing to go home is famously so much easier than packing to go somewhere.
Depends on circumstance.
Oh, what's the circumstance?
Christmas, much harder.
Why?
You've got more stuff.
So like to me,
think of me. You have a car, so it's different.
Yeah.
Think of me, somebody who takes a train.
But like, what are you getting? Like plaques, like bowling bowls.
I got a Lazy Susan. I got like.
Tell the girls to ship it to the house.
Even extra clothes, and like it's like always like extra winter clothes, so it's bulkier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta just bring another bag.
I did.
Interesting.
Still hard.
Yeah. Well, okay, but you're too focused on like I think Christmas is a special situation.
That's what I'm saying. I said depends on circumstances.
In general, like to pack to go on vacation, it's like, oh my God, you're like
you have to fold everything.
You're
nicely.
like the woman doing math.
Yeah.
You gotta like think about I need this. How many of these do I need? I gotta worry about that night. I got this. Going home, you're just like,
yeah.
Stuff it in there, baby. Let's go.
Throw it in there. Wrinkly. You'll wash it
wrinkly,
when you get home. Yeah.
Dirty. Who cares? Yeah. We got the party.
Okay. I've never seen Dorinda horny.
Oh my! I know she's usually a little like Modest Mouse.
She was horny. Her clothes were falling off.
Tits out.
Like she almost was like Sonia at lunch.
Yeah.
And then like Lou, I knew once that fucking chef came up to her and asked her when she would be there next. I knew she was gonna pull it.
Going for the kill.
Yeah.
Well, she's a killer.
She is.
You gotta give her credit. She is a killer.
Yeah. I mean, the party was very LGBT. We had.
Oh, well, that's good for Kristen.
Yeah. She needs a friend.
I mean, like, she's not trying to bone.
Her in her confessional saying, like, I can't believe I had more in common with them when I was first on. I was like, you actually didn't.
I know. I didn't really understand, like, what the point she was trying to make was.
And also, I was trying to think of, like, I enjoyed.
Oh, because they were married. Some of them were married back then? Who was married? No, like.
Dorinda had John.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Maybe Lou was with one of the men?
I don't even.
Jacques?
Maybe Jacques. I was trying to think, like, I loved Kristen on this season, but I was also trying to think of, like, who would I pair her with on another trip?
Oh.
Like, if we did another RHONY legacy, like, I guess maybe Heather? Are they still in touch? Carol would never be invited back. Though who knows?
Yeah. Oh, maybe. I don't know if we talked about this, because we've only really talked about legacy for one other episode, right? We talked about it last week the only episode we talked about?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because we got half the season in
one
bit.
Sure. The fact that everyone sounds like they're lisping. Is this a conversation we had last week?
I don't think we did.
Why is that? Was it like a trick of the audio? And then like I'm watching some of the other shows, and then like other people sound like they're lisping now. Is it like a procedure, the lip procedure?
I would guess veneers for a lot of them.
Veneers. Okay, mystery solved, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but like, do all of them have veneers? I don't know. I mean, like, Dorinda always sounds lispy.
But this was next level.
Okay, but veneers plus alcohol?
Okay, veneers plus alcohol equals lisp. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I mean, listen, it was good. I think now that it's done, I would have, like, while I was like in the heat of it, I was liking it more than RHUGT season 2. Mm-hmm. But now with the distance of 8 hours ago from when I watched the finale, RHUGT 2 feels a little more like substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to go to Freak of the Week and the One True
I
Queen?
do want to go to Freak Week. Week
Both
and One
are kind of RHUGT related. Our Freak is actually this RHUGT for only having 6 episodes and the weird rollout. Like 6 episodes and then it all coming out during the holidays.
Well, we get like 3 episodes a week before Christmas.
Yeah.
1 episode right before Christmas. 1 episode right before New Year's. 1 episode right after New Year's. It's like no one is paying like this close attention right now.
That's so. To me, it's like no.
Why are you putting half the season in one day?
Yeah, like if I'm going to the premiere party and Bryant Park is full Christmas, we have a problem.
And we have a problem. And then why? Well, like, was the plan always 6 episodes? These women are more expensive.
I just think they didn't film long enough.
Yeah.
It feels like it was a shorter trip than the others.
Yeah. Maybe because of like the venue.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm sure that venue is super expensive
Of course, yeah.
compared to Bloomstone Manor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Queen,
Our one true queen.
Alex McCord, has taken New York.
She's been here for a while.
Once again, yeah.
Yeah.
She's been here during the holidays, and it's such a pity or bummer that Watch What Happens Live is off this week. Because, like, wouldn't it be nice?
For her to comment.
Yeah, just for her to be on in general.
Yeah.
The last time she was on was, like, maybe almost...
Like 4 years ago.
Maybe more. It's,
Yeah. Pre-pandemic.
I would say, like, 6 or 7.
Did she like zoom in during the pandemic?
No. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And the last time she was on was, like, with Ramona.
Okay.
And, like, Ramona pretends not to know who this woman is.
Yeah. The only time she did not pretend was when they were buddies during Bethany Ever After.
Exactly.
And then it gets you thinking, could there be a RHUGT 5 reason for her to be here?
Like, could she be filming promos or something like that?
Yeah. Because they do those like videos. They do the photo shoot.
The photo shoot, yeah.
Could it be something?
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping. Wow. What a week. Our first episode of the new year. As I mentioned, there's plenty of Patreon content this week, so head on over to comethroughqueen.com for links to that and links to everything else. And like, comment, subscribe, heart, share, retweet.
Love us, please retweet.
We'll see you next week.
Bye. I wanna see ya come through, Queen.